So you live in Gilbert, Arizona, and you want your dog to be the best companion they can be? You're in the right place. We're going to walk through exactly how to find the right trainer for your life right here in our town. We've got 5 key areas to cover. We'll talk about what training really means for life here in Gilbert, how to spot a real pro, what the different training formats look like, the questions you absolutely have to ask, and then we'll get into some local rules and resources. Okay, so first things first. Good training is so much more than just teaching sit and stay. It's really about getting your dog ready for all the things we do every day here in our community. I mean, just imagine this for a second. You're walking the Western Canal Trail, and the leash is actually loose. Your arm isn't being yanked out of its socket. Or maybe you're enjoying the farmer's market, and your dog is just calm, totally focused on you. That's what this is all about. You know, a well-trained dog just makes everything more fun, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Think about it, chilling on a patio in the Heritage District, walking politely past all the golf carts and joggers, or even handling the big crowds at something like Gilbert Days without getting all stressed out. Okay, so how do you actually find the right person to help you get there? Let's talk about what to look for in a great professional trainer. All right, the number one thing you want to look for is a trainer who's all about positive reinforcement. And this isn't just about handing out treats. It's a science-backed method that uses rewards to encourage your dog, and that's how you build a really strong, trusting relationship. Now, looking for credentials can be a huge shortcut to finding someone who knows their stuff. You don't have to memorize all of these, but seeing letters like CPDT-K or KPA-CTP, well, that tells you a trainer has met a certain standard. And for tougher stuff, like serious fear or aggression, a certification like CBCC-K means they have specialized training. At the end of the day, your trainer should be a partner in building trust. You'll want to avoid anyone who relies on fear, intimidation, or any kind of physical corrections. Honestly, modern, humane methods aren't just nicer, they work better in the long run. All right, next up, training formats. There's really no one-size-fits-all answer here. It's all about what works best for your dog, your lifestyle, and of course, your budget. So the 2 big ones you'll see are in-home training and group classes. In-home is awesome for tackling issues that happen, well, at home, like going crazy when the doorbell rings. Group classes, on the other hand, are perfect for practicing focus with distractions all around. It's great prep for a trip to Freestone Park. And there are a couple of other phronets, too. You've got day training, which is a big help for busy owners, and then more intensive board and train programs for bigger challenges. And of course, we've got to talk about cost. This table gives you a ballpark of the average training costs here in Gilbert for 2025. It just gives you a solid idea of what to expect for everything from puppy classes to a full in-home package. Okay, so once you have a short list of trainers, it's time to talk to them. Having a few key questions ready to go will make you feel way more confident in your decision. Here's a quick checklist for that conversation. First, ask about their methods and credentials. Then, talk about how they'll tailor their approach to your Gilbert lifestyle, not just some generic plan. Make sure you're clear on how you'll track progress and what the total cost is, including any travel fees. And hey, if you're dealing with a specific behavior issue, asking if they work with local vets is a really smart move. All right, let's start to pull all this together. A really great trainer is going to prepare you for the real world, and that means knowing the local rules and having some good spots to go practice.
So, what are those local rules that every dog owner in Gilbert should know?
There are pretty much 4 main things to keep in mind. 1, leashes are required in all public areas unless it's a designated dog park. And it has to be a regular 6-foot leash, not one of those retractable ones. 2, all dogs over 3 months old have to be licensed with Maricopa County. 3, you always got to pick up your dog's waist. And 4, be aware of excessive barking because that's covered by the town's noise ordinance. Okay, now for the fun part, actually getting out there and practicing all these new skills. And luckily, Gilbert has some really great spots for that. If you're working on stuff like recall and need a safe, fenced-in area, our dog parks like Cosmo, Freestone, and Discovery are perfect. And for practicing polite leash walking with real-world distractions like bikes and birds, you can't beat the trails at the Riparian Preserve or the paths over at Gilbert Regional Park. And just a quick thought on timing, especially if you've recently adopted a dog. You may have heard of the 3-3-3 rule. It can take about 3 days for a dog to decompress, 3 weeks to learn your routine, and a full 3 months to really feel at home. A good training plan always respects that adjustment period and doesn't try to rush things.
So really, it all comes down to this. A combination of humane methods and just being consistent with practice is what's going to help your dog become a confident, happy companion. It's all about taking what you learn and applying it in the real parks and neighborhoods where you guys actually spend your time.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. How could having a well-behaved dog really change your daily life here in Gilbert? We wish you the absolute best in finding the right training partner for your journey. Having a dog you can take with you anywhere, from the trails to the town square, well, that just opens up a whole new way to enjoy living here with your family, your friends, and your neighbors.